Here is the open air hive. We pulled this down from a tree. We are trying to get the, oh, where's it at? Way up there. All right, he's got a giant pole saw here and he's pulling it out. Okay, we got it down. Take a look at that. It is the open air beehive. It is super cool. And right now I'm going to take it apart layer by layer so we can collect the wax. And by collecting the wax, it will allow us to melt it down, and we can use it to help grow our bees by waxing the foundation that we use that they build their honeycomb off of. But also we can refine it and have some of it around if we have enough. All right. This first outermost layer is very likely where they were storing honey. The darker comb is where there's going to be brood, and the lighter comb is where there's usually honey. But you can see here's some content where this is some wax. So they've built this more shallow because of what was available, but this is deeper. They just wrap it right around see that? They just wrap that branch right around. So you can see there's little holes down in there. This was likely all filled with honey, and maybe some pollen used to be in here before it was robbed out. You can see maybe some bits of pollen that were left over. So this was likely filled with brood at one point. You can see the darker comb. It's oxidized, but also you can see kind of right up in here where there's like little, looks like almost husks left behind. As the bees emerge, they leave like a layer of husk inside, and so eventually the brood comb has less and less wax. Wow, look, there's still, holy cow. I'll show you this. There is still a little bit of honey right there. I'm gonna taste it. Oh my. Okay, that tastes like the spring honey that spring and summer honey that we have here. So that means these girls likely swarmed early spring of last year. That's good. I did not expect to find that. I would have thought that would have been robbed. What a nice surprise. That is good. That's very yummy. That's cool that we had a little bit of honey left over in there. Oh, there we go. Take a look at that. So that right there, that was our cluster of bees. These girls this is just what remains of them after a couple of months. They were clustered together trying to stay warm on the inner part of that hive, and they could not stay warm. So they didn't make it. They perished in the winter time. But this comb. So notice those cells are bigger. See how these cells are bigger than those cells? That's because this is for drones. So this is the size of a cell that they would use for drones, making drones. You can see it's much bigger than the size for worker bees. this looks like a rodent came in and chewed. I don't think that this was always open like that. It looks like this was more or less enclosed, and some rodent has come in and chewed their way through. This is actually a pretty cool piece of comb. So, looking at this here, so I think the rodent chewed their way here, worked their way in, and chewed their way out the other side. But this was one solid sheet, and you can see there was honey on the outsides and brood in the middle, and you can kind of see that the brood was a sphere, more or less, and it's three-dimensional. So like it built out this way and deep, and that's how they like to build it, so they can keep. The whole point of it is to keep the brood warm, right? They need to keep the brood at a certain temperature, and so by building the brood into the center of that circle, they're able to best keep the brood